Goodness gracious.
Boo. Welcome back to Nexus.
Can we get,
The regular upload and also just generally when we play schedule.
I mean, it's only been 2 days since the last session.
Yeah. I don't know what you're on, Faye.
The session was yesterday. What do you mean?
We just got done with the first one.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Sorry, my brain doesn't exist.
It's fair. Happens
Yeah,
to the best of us.
apologies. It's my fault.
Does anybody want to do recap?
I nominate Shannon.
Okay.
Also
I'll do
nomination.
recap.
I nominate myself.
Well, Shannon's already been nominated, so...
Okay.
Whoops.
So, last time we, got back to town, we, woke up, hung out a bit, and we were like, you know what? Let's go do another job. So, we, looked around for a bit, got a job, we gotta take down some pirates, specifically the Dawn Pirates. So we did some research and stuff, ended up finding out we gotta go to the Sea Gate.
We're level 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we, rented a boat, and we set off on our way to the Sea Gate. We got teleported to this archipelago of islands. Specifically, we ended up on Dawn Island.
Okay, I leveled up myself to level 16.
Bet. On Dawn Island, we looked around a bit, found a village, Dawn Village. We talked to some people there, and we learned that there's some, the pirates might be at the end of the archipelago on Dusk Island. So, we set our way to Dusk Island, and here we are.
So, as the four of you on this small sailing vessel issued to as the sun sets over the distant horizon, you see a small black line of land approaching. And as the sun falls, this island gets closer and closer, and by the time the sun is completely past the horizon and the last traces of its light have faded, you find yourselves having arrived on the shores of Dusk Island. On Dusk Island, straight ahead of you, there is a moderately sized, calling it a city would be overkill, but it is technically the capital city of this kingdom, that has a decently sized harbor full of if you search, or there's any number of other landing points you can find around the edges of the island.
I think we should just go into the harbor with the city.
So yeah, y'all pull into this harbor, you pull up on one of the docks. But as you tie the boat to the docks and step off onto the wooden piers, you notice, generally speaking, the entire town is pretty bare. There is maybe one other dock.
What is the state of this dock worker?
He seems fine, but you notice anytime you try and look at this guy, that like his eyes, he looks away. He's actively like trying to make eye contact with you.
Interesting.
Place is pretty boring. Doesn't look like there's anyone around.
A bit quieter than I thought it would be.
For reference,
I don't
you
like
would
this.
know it is around like what would be 6 p.m. It's gotten dark, but it is by no means a time when the streets will be completely empty.
Well, I guess we have to look around or something. There's no way that this entire place has no people.
Yes.
Besides that guy over there, but
I don't like this at all. It seems like this is a trap of some kind.
Everyone roll me a perception check.
Okay.
section. I knew I was forgetting to pull something up. My dice.
Oh, that's a 25.
25.
Damn.
Well, yeah, that's
18.
enough. Good old Dr. Finch, the first thing that you notice is, aside from the boat that this one dockhand seems to be, like, best friend with, every other boat seems, in some way, to be at a level of disrepair.
Mhm.
Not because they've been, like, attacked or destroyed, but because it seems as though they simply have not been in use
Mhm.
in a long time.
Oh. This doesn't look used in a while. It's like nobody's been here in years.
Years would be an overstatement.
I'm gonna look at the bar work, the not bar, the wharf worker, and look at and call him over and say, "Hey, you!"
You'd see the man jumps violently. And as he turns to face you, you see a ragged face. It's this maybe 30-year-old man. Pale skin, pale hair, everything about him is just malnourished.
Mhm.
Semi-ragged clothes. He very timidly walks up to you and says, welcome to Dusk Island Harbor. Can I help you?
Where is everyone?
They're inside. It's past 2. I'm feeling
I look back at the others. But, this place looks like a dump.
Please, quiet down. Yes.
Who set the curfew in place?
It's supposed to be outwards that wants to find the captain. Please, if I don't want to get in trouble. If please go elsewhere. If you need someone just to visit a small bar not far away.
Thank you. We'll do that.
Alright.
You see the man immediately goes back to his boat. And with that 25 perception check, you also see the boat that the man was working on. He was like scrubbing barnacles off of it or something like that. Is the one of maybe 1 or 2 other moderately sized sailing ships tied up in the harbor right now. All these ships, the only ones that are in some level of disrepair, and they're all flying the same like pirate
After the man gets out of earshot, Cal looks over at Finch and says, "You know, if we're gonna be helping people, maybe we shouldn't be calling their home a dump. It's not their fault."
Looks like it hasn't been cleaned in a while. He's the only person doing. Why would they only let him out after hours? What's so special about him to let him out after hours?
No, man, who knows?
It's just super
Pirates are
cleaning.
pirates are weird and cruel people, and that's why we're here. To put an end to the tyranny.
I don't like having a singular person singled out for no reason.
Well, you said him and a few others. I guess maybe he's like the head of whatever business he's doing. Who knows? We can ask the pirates whenever we're beating him up.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be loving to answer the people that are beating them up.
I mean,
Is that how it works?
they'll probably be a bit more receptive than you asking them questions and insulting them.
I give you a glare.
This gives you like a smile and thumbs up.
Just have to see a bit more as y'all are walking through the streets toward the bar. I assume that's right.
Yeah.
This capital city of this one is about the smallest a city could be while still being called a city. Cobblestone roads, but there's like grass growing through them. They're not super well kept. Rows of small, low, like houses and buildings of various types. All of them like lines drawn. Occasionally you might see lights, but it's never like people announcing their presence. It's always like a candle. Everything points to the people that living here being in complete fear of who got consumed as pirates. As you pulled into the harbor, you also would have seen there is like a small low wall surrounding the entire city. That's also in some level of disrepair. It looks like that's part of the original like architecture of it. There's big gates on either side of the roads. And then it's in the center of the city. Certainly not a castle, it's just kind of the largest building, and it's made out of like stone brick versus wooden buildings that most people are living in.
Definitely seen better days. I imagine they're camping out somewhere in town.
And there would also be like the flag of the pirates and the town hall and the castle, but genuinely the town is as small as it could be while still being a city. A lot of these are going to be like borderline, just this is a large town.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all are going to the bar then?
Yes.
Indeed.
As y'all arrive, you would see the blinds are drawn. This is probably the only building you've seen that is not as shy, not as scared to announce that it exists. There's a small sign hanging on the front door that says open, and the blinds are drawn, but there is clearly lights on, people are inside.
Looks like this is our place.
Indeed. Let's just try and make sure not to bring much attention to ourselves. I get it, we look different than the other people here, but we need to make sure that We're gonna be trying to take out these pirates. Let's try and be subtle, okay?
Aye,
Subtlety is
Captain.
my specialty.
No, it's not, which is why I'm telling you to.
Trust me, I'm subtle when I want to be.
Kind of give you a look of like, please take this seriously.
Trust, trust.
I just push open the door.
As you step inside, you would see this is not super appropriate music for the kind of but the
Wait.
site that I use kind
Yeah, no.
of has
Yeah, like it's like this super depressing like
I
atmosphere
put in
on the
some
outside.
different, like, buzzwords
Second you
to
step-
try and get,
the
like,
second.
quiet tavern or like a speakeasy or like something of
Let's
that
get, like,
sort,
some-
and everything is just like tavern music, den of iniquity, tavern celebration, and so this is probably just the best time.
Nice.
Yeah, this is probably the best we're gonna get.
Nice.
Nothing quite has the exact vibe I wanted.
Everyone is just super down and depressed, but the bards are just trying to pick them up, and it's not working.
It's like, ooh, ooh,
So
ooh, ooh.
Ooh.
as y'all step inside,
They're just
this
breaking it
bar-
down.
This bar is pretty quiet. There's a single bartender who's very depressingly like washing a mug.
Aw.
People sitting at like opposite ends of the bar having a drink.
That bartender is the most happy bartender.
In the corner is a guy that is trying to like cheer people up and play some slightly upbeat music on like an accordion. That is the in-world reason that this music is playing at the second.
We d-
since I couldn't
We
find
just
one.
see some guy throw like a cup at the bard, and the bard gets hit, and the music stops.
Yeah. And there's like a few
Somehow, like,
tables,
has,
all
like,
of them
a-
are empty.
It has like cut up thing.
Very quiet, not a busy place at all.
Definitely not.
And you would see the barkeep like looks up and glances at you, and then just sighs heavily and goes back to what she was doing.
Oh man. Kind of look around, see if there's any suspicious people.
There are exactly 4 people in this room. There is
Fair enough.
There's the barkeep, there's the bard, and then there's the 2 people sitting again opposite ends of the bar, sitting as far from each other as possible, just staring into their drinks, trying not
Fair
to
enough.
make eye contact.
All right. Let's go to the bar.
Do all 3 of you sit down?
Yes.
Indeed.
So the 3 of you sit down, and this woman looks over at y'all, sighs very heavily once again. She puts down the mug she was cleaning, steps over to y'all. Welcome.
Finch looks kind of uncomfortable with all this very depressing atmosphere. So they just kind of go, ale, I guess. What do you serve here? Yeah, sure.
Same for me. Larger size though, please.
I'm not old enough. I'm not old enough to drink. Do you have any tea?
Picks up the sword. What do you want?
Like 18.
Beer. The sword wants beer too.
The sword. The sword somehow drinks beer.
You see how then the woman looks at you kind of confusedly, but just shrugs and says,
You know how in Baldur's Gate 3, like as a bear, you can get in bed. For Akira, he just gets in the bed, but he's like upright. He's just just.
You'd see
Like,
she
we
steps
get
over to
Hey,
like
fourth snare.
the captain pours 2 beers and gets a tea and brings it back over and says, "Y'all are clearly new. So let me fill you in on something. Get out of here. Y'all get out of here before the pirates get us."
Well, there the reason we're here. To try and stop the evil that they're doing, especially on this town.
Sighs once again, very heavily. All 3 of you roll me another perception check real quick.
Ooh. 19.
17.
All 4 of you.
One sword.
13.
Jesus. Ow.
13.
Yeah.
13 like
That was
one.
not needed.
Let me try this music.
Now I have to make Faye openly edit. It's like ear rape warning. Or like loud volume warning.
Her waveform is just a brick at that point.
If you are wearing headphones,
Be careful.
Oh, yeah.
Tread
Oh, yeah.
lightly.
It's like no the I forget what it's called. The vinyl cut stop like sound, and it pauses. And it's like you're wearing headphones. Please.
I'm sorry.
This is also not quite the vibe, but I guess we're gonna stick with it for now.
Sounds like straw music, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 15. Never mind.
But essentially, so Akira and Dr. Finch, both of you notice, when you mention why you're here, the person at one end of the bar kind of perks up a little bit,
Uh-oh.
very subtly though, and the person at the other end of the bar just kind of looks sadly, sets a straight face.
I'm gonna say quietly, keep it down.
why would we lie about why we're here?
Why? Just keep it down. People are listening.
You would see
And?
the barkeep, she looks up again. She just looks sad. She says, "Wouldn't be the first ones." Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
I can put you up for the night, I suppose. We have a couple of rooms, but
If you're well, if you're willing, that would be great. Well, we have rooms.
That was nice of him.
I'm gonna look at the guy subtly at the guy who I perked up when we talked about the pirates. What is he doing now?
Still just drinking his drink. You got high enough perceptions, it's pretty easy to pick up on. The guy is paying attention to what y'all are saying now.
Yeah. What does he look like?
It's another just kind of tired citizen, maybe mid-20s. If you get eye contact with him though, there's a distinct there's still a sense of hope in his eyes that everyone else seems is completely lacking.
I see. Interesting. Come on. We need to go to our rooms.
Oh, already?
We just got our drinks.
We need to go up to our room now. Do you know how much attention we could be bringing to ourselves by just staying here? Look,
What's
we can talk and drink up there, and then we can go back down when we have a plan.
What's the harm in bringing attention if everybody will know after we take the pirates down anyways?
People can surround us. Pirates can be surrounding this whole building as we speak right now. They see a ship full of a bunch of strangers come onto this island, and then they see them go into a bar where they saw us talking to a wharf worker who probably doesn't like the pirates as much as we do. They can put two and two together.
It sounds like you're being paranoid.
It sounds like I'm being realistic. Call it paranoia. I'm called. Why do you have to be so difficult? Can we just go upstairs and talk there?
You know, that Cal will stand up and like down at his tea and says, you'd always be a little, not as much of a dick about it. And then I'll begin to walk upstairs.
Thank you. Come on. Okay, Calvin. Not Calvin. Sorry, Cayenne.
Right. I'm bringing my drink though.
So the four of y'all go upstairs?
Yes, I have the sword with me, obviously.
Obviously.
You know what? No. I'm gonna go over to the guy and give him the sword and then leave. No, I'm kidding. It's just completely rude.
Just fully
Do that!
away.
Do that! Do that! Do that! No! No!
No, you don't. No, you don't understand. You don't understand. Please do that.
Why?
Let's just say.
Okay. Alright.
Let's just say that.
Let's just say that.
Let's just say that. Hypothetically, if you did do that, you'll get one additional party member. Hypothetically.
They have one additional party.
They do, but they'll actually get a
You.
body. They'll actually get a body.
True. Okay. Okay. If that guy is cool, if we find out that guy is cool, then yes, I will give you to him.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
The three of you do have three separate room keys. She did not recognize Akira as a full other living, breathing entity, and so did.
I mean, not many people do, so he'll just be with me.
I hope so. I hope not many do. Imagine it's just like you. That sword. You
With
want
a
a room?
soul! With a soul!
To go to a dimension at some point where living weapons is the standard, and that's gonna be wild.
That
I
is gonna be
socialize.
wild,
I
yes.
socialize with a glaive.
Let's go to Soul Eater right now.
I rolled to,
right now.
I rolled to romance this glaive.
Living weapons are the standard, and humans are the ones
I-
that are like really out of place place and not recognized as.
I rolled to romance the glaive.
I rolled to roll
What?
the glaive. Oh man, that is weird. That's the weirdest sentence I've said. And
Yeah,
I
that
say a
was-
lot
We'll
of
get
shit.
there when we get there, though.
Indeed.
I think we're all invading Finch's room.
Yeah, fine.
So what do you want to talk about exactly?
We need to come up with a plan how we're gonna deal with these pirates. We don't know where they are, who they can, what they can do, and we need to find out how much of a grip they have on these people. But I think we can already tell that they have a kind of a big one.
But they're probably at that building with the big flag, right? That looks like a pirate flag to me.
Maybe we need to find that out for sure, though. We don't want to go barging into a random room and find out it's full of a bunch of innocents.
I guess.
Why do you sound disappointed with that?
I just think it'd be cool to like bust in there and just like beat all the people up, all the pirates.
Look, we can do that to the pirates, not to fucking Jesus. Okay. Okay. So there were people listening to our conversation downstairs, which is why I want to talk up here. So just in case those people were pirates, you don't have to deal with a conversation downstairs. Okay. That's why I wanted to talk up here.
Oh. Wait, which guy was listening to us?
He was at one of the booths. There was another guy listening, but he left. I don't think he would be a pirate though. He seemed sad about us talking about it.
So, should we like sneak into that building, see if what kind of people are there?
Mm.
I mean, I think nighttime is a good time to do it.
I think nighttime would be the best time to do it too.
It should be noted real quick that while y'all haven't really used many resources, you have been awake and sailing all day, so if you stay up too late and you like miss out
Exhaustion.
on too much of a long rest or something, you are gonna get a point of exhaustion.
Mm.
Yes.
What time is it right now?
Don't worry, the sword
It's not
watch.
too late right now. I just wanted to keep
Okay.
all aware of that. It's only like probably 7, maybe 7:30 at this point.
Okay.
I mean, we still have probably a bit of time before, you know, sleepy time.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. I just wanted to make sure you're aware.
Yeah.
Time between Nexus and other merchants could be
Will.
weird. So.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, I'm saying that in character.
What? Who are you talking to? Anyway, my plan is that we go check out that house, check out that place, see if there's any pirate activity, maybe ask around a little bit more, see what we can find out, and then go from there.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Any objections? Looking at Calvin.
He shakes his head.
Good. Not saying the plan is perfect, but it's the only one we have right now.
But we do need a part 2 to this plan.
What do
What
you
would you-
suggest?
Yeah, I like this part, but I want to add something after.
Go ahead.
Part 2, once we do find the pirates.
Uh-huh.
So, pirates have a captain.
Yeah.
We gotta beat up the captain first, because without a captain, they'll be left with no orders and they'll be scrambled.
I don't think that's how it works.
Trust me, that's how it works. Take out the leader, and all the followers they'll be lost.
What fighting experience do you have?
I fought every day of my life before I was captured by, you know, you.
Mm. Fine. We'll do it your way, Cayenne.
My mind is a tactical.
And get killed.
What was that book called? Enc- Encyclopedia.
You know, it's funny to watch you try sometimes. Why don't we just move on and do an actual plan? Okay?
Yes. I like the sound of that.
Good. Now, why don't we head downstairs and actually go do our plan?
Sounds good.
I walk downstairs.
I will follow.
I will also follow.
So you're gonna walk back downstairs. You see the entire bar is now completely empty. The bar has given up and left.
Real.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Bless you.
The barkeep is still there, just cleaning them out. Again, she looks just sadly at y'all. And the other person that was sitting at the bar has also left, so it's just the barkeep.
Barkeep, question for you.
What's your question?
The house with a large flag on it. What is that? Town hall? Something like that?
Used to be. Kingdom used to be a monarch. You see, not a very big kingdom. The kind of had a pretty big image of himself. He insisted on building as much as he could a castle for pirates of Neptune.
Let's see. How many people are in there usually?
Bless.
Bless.
Usually the pirates go out late during the day.
Interesting.
So pretty much sleep there.
Huh. Are they back at this time?
It's nightfall. Usually back
Huh.
by nightfall.
Interesting. Oh. You see the gears start to turn in Finch's head. Not literal gears, just you know what I mean.
Finch, the Overforged.
No. Unfortunately, Finch is not an awesome robot.
That'd be kind of a
They're
cool twist.
that would be kind of well now I want to okay, anyway.
You're
We'll
like
discuss that later.
Yeah.
you're a fucking synth from like Fallout
I'm
4.
a synth.
It wouldn't entirely
No!
make sense for someone who works for the SCP Foundation to actually be a
True.
robot.
That is very true.
Very,
Okay,
very
you know what? You know
easy
what?
thing.
You know what, Faye? We can discuss that later.
We'll discuss that
Anyways.
later.
But you see Finch like start to think for a second and go like, huh. Not here during the day. Are the doors unlocked?
I don't think they ever bothered to fix the locks when they first break.
Good.
Kind of just busted through all the doors.
Good. Good. How many people do you think would be there at night?
It's a sizable crew. They've got a few ships. I'd put it somewhere around 40 to 50.
I see. Okay. Thank you very much.
I'd say try not to get yourselves killed, but seems like that's exactly what you intend on. Good luck. We'll meet everywhere.
Finn starts to walk away towards the door.
I'll follow.
Just say to the barkeep and just be like, "Shh, stay safe. And I'll follow."
Appreciate it.
As we get outside, I'll just say, you know, if they're not here during the day, and they don't lock the doors, that gives us the chance to get inside, set up, and then have a position from there. A position of negotiation, maybe.
Negotiation.
We can't take on 50 people by ourselves, Kyan. That's just impossible, okay?
Well, what if they're 50 weak people?
We don't know that. We can't overestimate or underestimate these people. And keep in mind, there's only 4 of us. Oh, 3 of us and 1 sword. Look, we all have abilities that we use, and we're very good at using them, but against a bunch of able-bodied ship workers that are also pirates who take pride in killing and pillaging, we're outclassed. You can't go in head first and inevitably get cut down.
Are y'all still in the bar where you're saying this, or?
I'll just say like outside the bar, like at the door of the bar, not like walking down the street.
Okay. Anyone who wants to can roll a perception check.
I'll do that.
Oh, I rolled another nat 2. Okay.
Jesus.
8.
23.
I physically cannot be a 23, so that's 7.
Alright, give me 1 second. Alright. Good ol' Dr. Finch. Perceptive as ever. As y'all are discussing this in front of this guy, Finch, at first you are the only one to notice. You hear very quiet footsteps on the roof of the bar. And then it becomes 2 sets of footsteps, and then 3, and then very, very quietly, a 4th set of footsteps. And as that 3rd and 4th set of footsteps joins in, Calvin and Kaya, you would also begin to notice them. However, just as you notice them, all 4 drop from the roof, surrounding and cornering all 4 of you
Uh-oh.
against the door of this bar.
Uh-oh.
Before you stands 4 varying humanoids, hard to tell what the clothing they're wearing right now, wearing very dark clothing. All of them have masks pulled over their faces. One of them seems to have like longer arms. Other than that, though, nothing particularly notable about them other than being humanoid. And you'll see the one with the longer arms steps forward and says, I don't think you're one of the adventurers who stop the pirates.
I would have pulled the sword.
Who's asking?
Why don't you just back up, alright?
You're invading an island, so I ask you to leave. But if you're keen on fighting the pirates, we are
Someone's calling me.
Oh,
Would you say,
Help how?
How will you help us?
There are not as many of us as we would like, but is a small resistance to the pirates. Every other crew that has come before has been far too confident in their own abilities and thought themselves secure. I highly recommend coming with us and figuring this out.
I'll look over at Finch, sort of like shrug.
It was a weird phone call.
What was it?
Is this
Someone,
Grandpa?
I think so. The number, like under the, it said from Mexico, and I
Oh.
answered it, and some dude started speaking in Spanish, and I was like, I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number. And then I said, no habla español, and he went, oh, and then like said a couple other things about, which I picked up. He was talking about me not speaking Spanish, and I said, no, you have the wrong number, and he went, okay, sorry, and hung up.
Wild.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, this person, much longer arms. Three other people. They still, the person with longer arms seems to be the leader of this group. Steps forward and says, "All that. There's a small resistance. Other groups that have come forward have denied helping the resistance. By the resistance, not arrogance, and got themselves killed."
What what? Who do you represent?
I'm unsure of the political situation of our region, but as things stand, all but one of the monarchies, the only survivor being the princess, and the only people left trying to fight to re-establish any kind of leadership other than the tyrannical pirates is us in the resistance.
You say us and the resistance, so you aren't a part of the resistance?
Us in the resistance. I am not him.
My apologies.
I mean, like look over at the group. I don't see why not.
We're all here to help. To end their tyranny on this land once and for all.
If you're truly here to help, then follow. We'll take you to the rest of this. We can figure it out. And you'd see this group of 4 people immediately set off down the street with absolute purpose.
I'll follow with absolute purpose as well.
I will follow with no purpose.
I just follow.
Sick.
I'm stuck to Finch.
I like to imagine that every now and then Kira just like screams random bullshit into Finch's mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you draw the sword, you just hear like, fucking that.
I mean, cursed whispering, yeah, but also just like, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me possess your body, Finch.
Give me your fucking body! Give me your fucking body now!
Please!
Freaking Finch in the middle talking to someone, she's like, fuck!
What the fuck?
But yeah, y'all follow this group of people down the street. Eventually they stop, they turn down an alleyway, and then they go down this series of narrow alleys, and eventually come to what looks like just a straight up, just, that's a dumpster right there, like where people throw trash, and then one of them like pushes it out of the way, and there is a secret door hidden behind the dumpster, and I'm sure all of you
I'll also go in.
Indeed.
Alright,
Indubitably.
let's see if this one is any good.
What in the Wattpad?
I think this is exactly what I needed. Alright, so y'all step in. Y'all step through this like slow, small door. And inside what you find is a speakeasy, little like hidden secret like tavern bar.
Let's go.
And inside is it feels very similar as to the bar y'all were in earlier, but it is much, much livelier here. As the four that were leading you step through, they all pull off their masks. They're all, you know, varying descriptions of just humanoids. Nothing particularly special there, but around this little speakeasy, you do spot a couple. Not that you would know the names of these races, but you see one or two fishmen. You see one or two minks, which are essentially anthropomorphic animals. On the left side, going down the wall, there's a bar. There's someone working behind it. They seem much more excited about this being their job. Scattered around are a bunch of tables. There's actually like people there. There's not any like just like waiters and waitresses, but there are a couple of like people that look. Pretty much everyone in here looks like they've seen their fair share of combat, and just a couple of those people are like ferrying through here. And then all the way in the back right corner, there is this big, comfy-looking chair that has been like reclined, and there's like seats next to it that looks like a doctor or something sitting in it, like taking care of this guy who's like nursing a wound, coughing up a bunch, but even this pretty ill guy seems to be excited about it. And then on the other side of that guy from the doctor is this woman, very dark skin, jet black hair, like the night sky, sitting and talking to him. And then it's the humanoid with very long arms, turns to you all and says, "Welcome to the Resistance. We are few, but we're all that's left."
This is a pretty cool place.
And this is my kind of place.
Left of what? The resistance you talked about?
Left of anyone who's willing or can fight. The military as a whole kind of got their asses handed to them on the pirates ship.
Huh.
And you'd see around the bar, the person that was like listening in on y'all's conversation was like walking around talking to people.
Huh. I mean, guys, one of your boys was listening in on us, and that's how you found us.
Yep, y'all really gotta be quiet when you're talking about stuff like that.
You know, I was saying the same thing, actually.
And then I said that I saw no point because people are going to know about it after we beat the pirates anyways.
How are you gonna beat the pirates if they know you're coming? There were only 3 of you before we showed up.
Well,
The
it's...
element of surprise was kind of the only thing you would have done for it.
Three
There's always a
very
way.
strong of us.
Well, that's besides the point. Follow me. I'll introduce you to her.
Okay.
And the long-armed person, you see, now that their mask is off, it's this, light-skinned woman,
Oh,
carries herself with an air of very strong confidence, and you would also notice,
Why'd you take such a deep breath, dude? This is light skin.
Even inside here, it's very quiet footsteps. Whoever this person is, they are well trained in the art still.
Love that.
She leads y'all across the bar to that very sick man in the corner.
Sick as in infirmed, or sick as in like awesome?
Bit of both.
Got
this
it.
guy has some battle scars. Darkish skin, brown hair. His eyes are a bright orange. And even with this doctor next to him, even with him like seemingly on bed rest, but just refusing to actually go get in bed to rest. Big boisterous laugh. People come by and talk to him. He's always excited to see him.
Awesome.
And then the dark-skinned woman next to him seems very concerned for him, but pretty friendly. The long-armed woman leads y'all up. She says, "This is our leader, Charles Soule. Kind of the only guy here who can still really put up a fight. And this is the former princess of the kingdom, Princess Knox." And you see Charles. He's like fully reclined back in this chair while the doctor is kind of like taking care of him a bit. But when y'all walk up, he fully sits up, winces a bit. Welcome to the Resistance.
Kind of look at him up and down.
Good to be here.
Yeah, great.
Calvin, do you say anything?
I say, it's an honor.
In order, he points at Cayenne and says, "You, I like your style." Points at Calvin and says, "You could use a bit more fire." And then points at Dr. Finch and says, "I don't like you."
Oh man! Oh man!
Motherfucking guy.
They all. Akira, we gotta kill this guy. Akira, put it.
Oh man.
Put my hand in
Slash
put my
in half.
put my hand in Calvin. So Calvin, I think we need to kill this guy.
And
Damn.
you see Charles, he leans back in the chair again to rest a bit. He says, "Yeah, welcome to the Resistance. There are, not many of us, but, we still got a fire in our hearts."
Yeah, well, it's nice to know that I'm welcome here, I guess.
Hey, I never said you weren't welcome. I just think you need a bit more spirit. Speaking of which,
That's what I always try to say.
he claps his hands really loud.
That's what I always try to say.
Like there's not a whole lot of people in here. The Resistance is pretty small, but there is like noise in here. People are talking. There's a bit of music playing, but he claps his hands so loudly over the entire bar and says, "Bring us some whiskey." And you'd see the barkeep like nods at him and then brings over 3 whole bottles of whiskey and a few shot glasses. Sets 2 of the bottles by Charles, and another one by y'all. As with the shot glasses, Charles immediately takes one of the bottles, unscrews it, and just starts drinking straight from it. So, you're here to join, then, I assume. What are your names?
Man.
Dr. Finch, Oswald, Oslo, Lynch. Oh, for
Calvin.
sure.
Pleasure to meet you all. You are here to beat the shit out of some pirates. Yes.
Absolutely.
Excellent. I do love to hear that.
Not without a plan, though, right?
Yeah.
Look at Charles. Right.
Sorry, I was doing a semi-visual bit. Charles looks
Oh,
at you,
okay.
kind of like raises a hand and then goes, yes. Plan.
Him and Kaya do the same thing.
Yeah. I assume you must be your strategist then.
It appears I'm the only strategist here, so yes, I'm afraid I am.
Pleasure to have someone with that skill set. None of us are particularly high-minded individuals.
I can tell, it's great.
Oh
Very
my
backhanded
god!
compliment.
Oh
Careful,
my
I
god!
might just burn the flesh from your bones. And then
Okay.
he lets out this huge laugh again. So, plan. Here's
Vince just
what
kinda had
I've
this-
got.
It just has like a strange smile on their face now. It's like, oh, what's it? The kind of one where they're gritting their teeth underneath it.
Here's what I've got, right? Now me, I would be the best fighter of us, but I'm injured and, simply put, I'm on my deathbed. My time will come soon, but not before I see this kingdom free. This right here is Nox, former princess of the kingdom.
Hi.
You'd see the woman, she looks maybe 15 or 16, really more of a teen than a woman, but she just looks very somber throughout this whole thing, even next to Charles's insane energy. She's very quiet and somber, very much keeps to herself, and she just says, yes, I'm Princess Nox. I am the she kind of takes a deep breath. Yeah, they won't reinstall me as the and Charles says, yes, she's young, but she's learned from her father's mistakes. Her father was kind of an ass, and she just somberly nods her head.
Can
as
I-
Charles
Can I roll an
You-
insight check on Princess Nox to see if she even wants to be reinstated?
I was actually like just about to straight up ask her.
That is a 16.
Pretty easy to pick up on. You can ask her if you want. You'll get pretty much the same answer. She's not particularly excited about the idea.
Yeah.
They mentioned her father. She does not like who her father was. But if it is what the people need, she will do what is necessary. And Charles continues on and says, so yes, our plan is to murder all of the pirates. Then, what we're going to do is have Princess Nox here take over as ruler.
If she wants.
And she, when you say that, she looks at you, Finch, with a much more stern look in her eyes, and she just says, I'll do what I have to. If that means being leader, then so be it. Charles gives her a big, like, clap on the back, and she, like, jolts forward from it. Very big, strong man, even on his deathbed. This is a big guy.
This is a big man.
Yeah. And he says, that a girl. She's shy, but, well, we're gonna get her what she needs. She's, frankly, the only person here who has enough of an education to be a decent leader.
I'm sure she'll be a fine leader.
She has, like, a small smile on her face as you say that. And Charles says, but, basically, first thing we need, more numbers. There's a few other smaller towns around the island. We have not been able to get out there. We have our stealth group over here, and you would see the long-armed ruler kind of nods her head. Charles says, but we don't have enough of them to really get around and do stuff. They're mostly focused on, like, monitoring the pirates, keeping our little speakeasy hidden, stuff like that, you know?
I
Making
see.
sure folk like you find us before the pirates find you. Usually it doesn't matter. The adventuring sort are often arrogant and get themselves killed, but we try nonetheless.
So you want us to go to these towns and get more people for this?
Yes, that is exactly what I am saying. Yes. There are not enough of us here, and many of us are injured.
Oh, great. Inspires confidence.
Should be easy enough, right?
Smaller group, the better. But...
I think it's a great plan, sir.
Oh, he kind of beats his chest a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, Faye.
sorry.
Faye, you good?
That was in character.
Oh, I thought that was out of character. Get this girl some water, please.
He really like hacks up a little bit, and he says, "Oh, but we do need to make it quick. I have the power of the fire devil fruit." And you would see his hand kind of lights up a little bit.
Oh.
But powerful as that fruit may be, I am on my deathbed. I intend to see this kingdom freed before my time comes. But if I die early, I intend to have a successor of my choice.
We need to take the fruit from his corpse.
Is that what? Did he say that in my head?
Yes.
You just see Finn kind of look down at the sword with like a look like, what? not like out of fear, but just like, damn.
A devil fruit?
Are you not familiar?
Do you not know what they are, Kyan?
You do?
Oh god.
Charles once again lets
yes?
out an enormous, boisterous laugh. He just goes, "Whoa, ha ha! You must have grown up in a small town. The devil fruits are legendary treasures of the sea. You eat one and you never swim again, but the power they grant you, something to behold."
They basically just give you superpowers, but you can't ever swim again.
Fine way of putting it.
That is... cool.
They're one of the coolest things I've ever seen in any media.
So, here's call this an assignment, if you will. You're kind of our only people that can afford to go anywhere else right now. So I would ask this favor, in exchange, of course, for a reward. Princess Nox chimes in. She says, "Yes, of course. I admit I don't know how many of the kingdom's riches are left after the pirates attack, but whatever we can give you, we will, as soon as we are freed." And Charles says, "Yes, yes, yes. Currently, though, you are, of course, like I just said, the only people that can really go anywhere. If we're lucky, the pirates don't even know you're here yet. Makes you much more valuable. Essentially, make your way through the towns, drum up whatever support you can. Of course, be quiet about it. Stealth is paramount.
Like I said earlier, subtlety is my specialty.
I don't
stop.
believe you for a second, but I do like you, so I'll take you for it.
Exactly. Thank you.
You would have heard Finn start to say, like, please stop saying that, but then Charles says that, and that's Finch up.
Charles is a very big and loud man. He's very combat oriented, but he is much better at reading people and much more intelligent than a lot of people are probably.
We love that.
Do you all need to know what the three of us can do before you send us out?
I'm sure that might help, but since we can't really afford to send anyone with you, I suppose that's kind of your prerogative.
Oh. Well, I can assure you we're all very capable.
Extremely.
Now that I do believe. So, here's the thing. We need support, right? But we also need time. We've had a few skirmishes with the pirates. We've had to move the speakeasy a few times. Many of our people are injured. We need time to heal.
because everyone in this goddamn room will fight like their lives depend on it. Because, as I'm sure you can figure out, they very much do.
How much time do you need?
Well, I'm about the only person in this room that has no chance of recovery. So, he looks around the room a little bit. Give us a few days to nurse everyone's wounds. We're already well on the track to healing, but we do need time. So y'all take a few days, no more than a week. I don't have much time left myself. And, throw up whatever support you can. Meet back here with news of whatever you find, and then we'll figure out where to go from there.
Sounds like a plan. I look at Finch.
Kind of
Said
nod.
that with the intonation that made me think it was a pun. But I don't think it was.
I mean,
Oh, no,
it wasn't.
it was a jab. It was a jab towards the doctor because they said
don't listen
we
to
can't
them.
make
It was
plans.
a pun. It was a pun.
Ah! It seems these drugs are getting to me. And he promptly passes out.
It seems these drugs are getting to me. He just passes out. All
He
right.
dies.
This whole time, the
Dies right
doctor
then.
has been like injecting him with various things. Here
Oh
and there, he's had to like
no.
take painkillers. The man is in very, very poor shape. Pretty much the only thing carrying for at this point is sheer force of will.
Yeah, that guy was cool.
As he passes out, though, the doctor kind of gets like a cool rag, puts it on his forehead, checks his pulse, does various doctory things to him. And Princess Nox stands up and says, "So, that is what we're asking. It's a big ask, but if you're truly here to help, this is the best way you could help us."
We'll do whatever we can.
I cannot thank you. We don't have much support to give. As Charles stated, pretty much anyone here who could help you with this task is either injured or preoccupied. I can get you a map of the island, though, and maybe some camping supplies.
That all sounds good.
And she walks off for a moment into some back room. She comes back out with a rolled up map, puts in Finch's hand.
I'll take it.
Very, very, very explicitly, like, faces Finch and hands it to you.
I will take it.
And then passes some, like, backpacks full of just, like, each room's got, like, 10 days of rations and torches and rope. Just
I put the backpack in the bag of holding that I have.
artificial
see-
moment.
Artificer moment. My bag of holding is just like a military backpack that opens into a pocket dimension that we made with our thaumaturgies,
That's
aka magic.
She looks at it strangely, and just says, like, oh, you also have a double fruit. Interesting.
Yes, I do. Finch just kind of goes like, okay.
Well, she rolled terribly on insight, so. Alright, well, make the best of it. You'll certainly need it. There are 4 other towns on this island. One of them was completely flattened by the pirates. It's burned rubble. The survivors from there are scattered. So there's any number of people who will be safe there. I wish you the best. And please do hurry. Charles really is fading away.
We'll be as
Be
fast
sure
as
to
we
make
can,
haste.
Your Highness.
I'll salute.
We'll make him proud.
You don't have to address me. They call me princess, but I'm not princess in anything. I'll take my role as leader if I need to, but I won't be a princess, nor a queen.
Very well.
Thank you. Truly from the beginning.
Of course.
And then she goes and sits back down by Charles.
Man, that guy is cool.
Yes.
He's allowed. Come on.
As y'all like turn around to walk out, like immediately face to face with the long-armed woman, still in her like, she took off her mask, but she's still got like the full black outfit on. I will lead you out of the city. From there, you'll be on your own.
Sounds good.
You have a
Lead
map.
the way.
I wish you the best. Immediately with that same just like, everything this woman does is done with absolute confidence in what she's doing. She immediately takes off, just power walking out of the speakeasy.
We follow.
I will power walk as well.
No. I skip with her, but no.
1, 2.
Alright. So, eventually y'all arrive at the, like, edge of the city, at the first, not the first, at the big, like, one of the big gates, in the wall that surrounds the town. And this long-armed woman, she bows a little bit at y'all and says, truly, I cannot express my thanks enough. Charles is kind of the only beacon of hope we have left, and he's fading with y'all arriving. If you can succeed at this, I think we can truly become free. She says that, and then she immediately just like vanishes into the night. And y'all are now standing in this gateway out into the wilderness. On one side are the under-maintained cobblestone streets and houses of this town, and on the other side is wilderness and a single dirt road.
Where to first? Which town is closest?
I'll take out the map and look at it.
So,
Or stop for a new group of revolutionists.
on this map, what you see is the capital city where y'all are is just called Dusk Harbor.
Real?
All of the other towns are also like on the sea. This island is essentially towns all like on the water, and then it'd be overestimating it to call it like a mountain, but there is like almost a mountain just kind of in the center of the island. The 4 towns you see, none of them have names. This is not a large kingdom by any means. But you just see one of them has a big red X over it. You can pretty easily figure out that's the one that was just scorched.
Yeah, that one got bodied.
So essentially, you can cross over the mountain in the center of the island if y'all want to see a bit more of the island, I guess, and just shortcut to 1 or 2 of the towns, or you can walk around the full edge. It'll take you to all the towns. It's no more than like a 3 days walk all the way around, and it wouldn't be that much shorter if you just crossed over the middle of the island anyways, so it's up to y'all.
Let's just go to the closest town.
So y'all just set off down the beach, down this dirt road.
For now, unless we see anything dangerous, then we go off the beaten path.
So essentially the way pretty much this entire island is laid out like this is there is the like sandy beach. It's broken up a few times by more rocky areas, but generally it's all just like this sand beach. Leads up the shore into eventually fades into grass and shrubs, and then those are broken by the dirt road that circles the island. On the other side of the dirt road is immediately like incredibly thick forest. And I assume y'all will be hiking the forest, walking along the road.
Yes.
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 And y'all begin to
Yeah.
current time I'd say is 9:30 p.m.
Okay.
You can walk as far as you want before you stop for the night. Pretty easy to figure out by the map though. You will not see the next town tonight unless you walk straight for like 7 or 8 hours. It's very
Which-
clearly an island that's
I don't
been
believe we're gonna do-
traversed more by like horse and carriage, you know.
Mhm.
Got it.
Well, let's go for a couple more hours, rest up, wake up bright and early.
Sure.
Sounds good.
What's up with you, Calvin?
What do you mean?
You don't seem chipper like you usually do.
I'm playing chipper. I'm excited to free the country or kingdom. I don't think it's a. Are kingdoms countries? Are they interchangeable? I don't
Yes.
know.
It's like the definition of a country is a group. It's a plot of land that's governed by a body. That's what a country is.
Yeah. I'm just readying myself for the fights to come. Contrary to popular belief, I do take things like this seriously.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's all.
Oh, it's okay.
saying.
I thought you were saying something else.
Yeah.
What, do you think I don't think you take it seriously?
You do. You have a really funny way of showing it.
Finch just kind of goes quiet.
I just seems like if we're walking at this point, just walking while fiddling with something. But if we're like already in camp at this point, then just setting up like his camp part.
I'm gonna go get some water real quick.
Says Finch as they walk away. I'm gonna go get some water.
I'm gonna hit water real quick.
So, what do you think about the whole pirate situation?
Honestly, I think it's it's dangerous, but it's really cool. It's like, what better way to prove ourselves as heroes than staving off a tyrannical pirate reign, you know?
Exactly. I'm just ready to get back into combat shape. I gotta start training again. It's been years. I feel like I've lost all my mojo.
Well, if you want, we could always do some light sparring in preparation.
Yeah. You sure you could keep up with me?
I'm a trained fighter as well. I'm not a slacker.
Well, you have to prove that.
Plus, it'll be hard for you to hit what you can't touch. And it's kind of like take right hand, then to make it face through the left hand.
So
I'm
how
back.
does that work?
I got
Oh.
some cupcakes.
Welcome back, Finch. I was asking Cal how his whole phasing thing works. Were you just born with that?
I'm actually curious about that myself. I'm not saying we got another code green. But if you were born here in Nexus, I need help understanding it more.
I mean, there's things like, depending on the player or world, people's own abilities manifest in different ways. Mine is just, I'm pretty sure I was born with it, but it didn't manifest until I was around 5 or 6 or so. I accidentally fell through uh, the floor of my room to the basement.
Hmm.
My dad had something similar. The doctors told us that he's where I got it from, his side of the family.
So I guess, man, alien. They can be weird sometimes.
Are you calling him an alien?
I mean, technically we're all aliens. I don't think any of us are from the same planet.
That's true.
You can tell that
Uh,
Finch kind of takes offense to that, but they don't say anything.
Yeah. I don't know much about the home planet of where either of my parents come from. They didn't really talk on that much. They had already been in Nexus for my family had already been in Nexus for a few generations by that point, so where they came from wasn't super important.
Yeah, and Finch, you didn't tell me you had a devil fruit? Real?
So real.
So true.
I don't think they do. I think it's just these people don't know what magic is.
Or maybe they don't know what Nexus is.
Well, obviously that. Very few people from the different worlds know of Nexus's existence.
So
I
you don't
didn't.
have a devil
You
fruit.
didn't. I wish I had a devil fruit. Those things are really cool. Plus,
It sounds cool.
I don't really swim that often, so it wouldn't be that too much of a drawback.
Oh, swimming is pretty fun.
Well, coming from someone who can swim through solid objects, it's not all that.
Yeah, fair. So, what are y'all's plans for when we should find these. We actually get into a fight with these pirates. I'm thinking like a jab jab hook, and then duck tail, sweep the leg, stomp.
I've actually been trying to work on this technique. I don't think I can do it precisely yet, but the idea, right? It's like a major feint, right? I go in for like a lunging punch, and then they get ready for it and think I'm about to hit him in the face, but then raise my hand through their face, and then twist around and do an uppercut in their stomach.
That's smart. That sounds like it would work a lot better than the launching yourself into a wall, like you did last time.
That can be effective, if not as accurate, because while I'm phased, it also phases my senses. So like I can't hear, see, breathe, feel anything. So I'm kind of really bouncing around, but it works sometimes. And definitely took a long time to get any handle on.
See, I feel like I'm starting to remember how to use, ki again. It's like it's coming back to me slowly.
I only started learning how to do this adventure stuff recently, because I just recently got old enough for my parents to let me register.
Oh, yeah, because you said you were. How old were you again?
Just turned 18 a few weeks ago.
Oh, so you're like super young.
So I've been told. But being young doesn't mean I'm not capable. Which
So that means you have
some
lots of
thugs have
years
found
of
out.
fighting ahead of you.
Yeah, which some thugs in the streets have learned the hard way.
Just imagine, like, 50 years from now, the kind of stuff you could be doing.
I just made me to figure out how to use the phasing more in combat, because my senses aren't honed enough to completely make most blows go through me. Not in a situation like that. I can only partially do it. I can only fully phase if I'm concentrating in a super non-strenuous situation.
The only way to get better at it is through experience.
Exactly. I've been researching some like battle maneuvers to try and learn to make things more interesting, because usually just fist fighting is all in good and fun, but throwing in some pizzazz in there would throw people off.
Yeah? I mean, if you ever need help, I can just, like, keep you on your toes just every now and then, just, like, punch you in the face or something.
Hmm.
That's what worked for me.
Oh.
Is your family not like you, or are they just harsh?
Neither.
That
I have a
is a
very loving
question.
family.
Very weird question to ask, Calvin.
Sorry, I just. Why are they just punch you?
Well, you gotta stay on guard. You never know when, the person next to you will try to assassinate you, or if a giant pterodactyl will come down and try to swipe at you.
Fair point.
Just, being alert. It helps. I'm taking alert at level 4.
I'm taking alert to level 4.
And
This is foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing is
what
a
I was
literal.
saying about yeah. So the battle maneuvers, battle master fart.
Yeah, if you need help, being alert, I got you. Same for you,
Why do you keep
Finch.
it? Why do you keep emphasizing that? Why do you keep emphasizing that word?
Finch?
Yeah. You have a problem with the word alert?
What? Never mind. Look, why are you talking about using your fighting skills to strike fear in your enemies like that? Like, what do you mean? Like adding pizzazz?
Well, not to strike fear, to throw them off so it's not as predictable. Because usually, I mean, depending on how well you know martial arts, you see someone that fights with their hands, there's only a certain amount of things that they can reasonably do.
Yeah,
If
and
you
you're
have a
right about
gun,
that. But any good fighter will be able to recalculate and move and like think on their feet. Well, you know.
which is what I mean. So learning different maneuvers to not only make my movements different, but also as I get better at phasing, that will also throw them off. Hopefully, give me a chance to take them down while they're still trying to figure out how to go around the new discoveries. It's
Hmm.
it sounds a lot weirder explaining it than it would just be seeing it.
Yeah, it does.
The amount of people that I fought, they never expect the tail punch, even though it's just right there. It always catches them off guard.
Yeah, I don't really fight people, to be honest.
All right, we can train you. We'll turn
I
you into
don't
the
need
greatest
training.
martial artist.
I don't need training in martial arts. Okay.
You have the demon magic. That's right.
Well, the sword.
That and
Well,
also the demon magic backpack.
Oh, you mean technology
That's what
anomalies?
you called it. Yeah.
An
if you're
anomaly.
if we're going to be doing hero work in running lots, that your technology won't always help. Having at least a basic understanding of martial arts would be beneficial, don't you think?
Look, I've gone a lot. I've gone against and know of things that dwarf anything we've seen so far. I think I'll be fine, but I appreciate it.
No, I did see you fighting with that sword. That was pretty cool.
Thank you, I guess.
What's up with that sword anyway?
I don't know. Last time I talked to it, it tried to possess me, so I haven't really had the chance to like gain an understanding of him.
Wait,
I
you
don't
can
think he
talk to
wants
it?
to. Huh?
You can talk to it?
Yeah.
Can I talk to it?
I don't want you to get possessed.
I won't get possessed.
Yes, you will.
My mind is a guarded
No, it is
fortress.
not.
I just want to say hi.
Okay. I hold out the sword. Say hi.
I'll like sort of reach for it and I'll grab it.
This blade
No.
is cold. This sword is cold.
I'll sort of like hold it up. I'll say, I'll like hold it close to my face and I'll say, "Is there anyone in there?" I don't think it's working.
Huh. I'll take it back.
I don't think it wants to talk to me.
I'll just think in my mind, what? Camera shy?
She lacks the brains to communicate with.
Oh, fair enough.
What did it say?
No, it didn't really say anything. I think he's just shy right now.
Mm.
I'm just kind of like,
Fair. I'm pretty intimidating.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe it wants to talk to Cal.
I would rather not talk to the scary sword.
Well, your loss.
Apologies to the sword if you can hear me. The just rather not.
Well, just know, Sword, I'm friendly. Did it say anything back?
Hold on, let me think. No,
Man,
no, I'm kidding. Well, I just say no. I don't say look at me.
ooh. It's getting pretty dark. We should probably get some rest.
And probably would probably be smart.
So are we gonna do like watches?
I'll take
We don't
first
want
watch.
All right. We don't want any pirates to sneak up on us. I guess I'll do second watch.
I'll do whatever needed.
Do we set up camp a little bit into the forest, off the road?
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. You can unpack some of these rations, get some dinner, and knock out. And by the way, Finch, I'm a heavy sleeper. You might have to smack me to wake me up.
Perfect.
But I can't guarantee I won't slap back.
Okay.
And be careful of the tail.
Okay.
They don't expect it.
Okay.
Anyway, good night, y'all.
I hate you, bro. I hate you so much.
Okay. So, all of you are setting down for a long rest then. Finch, you said you're going to be on first watch.
Yes.
Alright. Give me just one moment. Alright. Who's going to be on second and third watch?
I am on second, and
second.
Cal is on third. I want all three of you to roll me perception checks.
Okay.
Okay, 24.
Uh, that is a 7. Fuck.
Alright, and Calvin?
Yeah, Calvin.
I was rolling 18.
18, alright. Finch, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Pretty standard, forest stuff going on. Calvin, you also don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. Pretty normal forest stuff. Same for you, Cayenne. Watches proceed pretty inconsequentially. There's just not much going on out here right now. However, one thing does happen.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Akira, I believe you have something you're doing.
All right.
What? Uh-oh.
Well, Finch is sleeping.
We'll say that Finch, with a 7 in perception, on your watch, you start to just, you don't fully fall asleep, but you do start to doze off a little bit more than you should,
Okay.
at least.
Okay. Oh no.
I begin to hover, just almost horizontally, as I'm almost like sliding off whatever anchor point Finch has me on.
Oh, like a sheath.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna head towards the settlement.
The closest town?
Yeah.
You just levitate your way there?
Yeah.
As you just kind of float through the air towards the nearest settlement, it's
It
it's a
almost
bit
looks
of a
like.
ways away, but with Finch having the first watch, you've honestly got plenty of time to get there and back.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
It's.
like dashing.
I. Oh man, you can just hear that. That's crazy. Give me a second. Uh, yeah. I go there, and it almost looks like the sheath and the blade itself is almost like at someone's like waistline as it's floating through the air,
Mm-hmm.
almost as if a ethereal being is just walking.
So it takes a while of walking. And none of the rest of you notice the sword is gone. Even with that high perception, pretty easy to just assume it would be in Finch's bag of holding, right?
Yed.
And so Akira is just floating through the air towards this village, and eventually you reach this small town before any of the rest of your party has seen it, obviously. Pretty small-ish, seems mostly like a fishing village. One of the towns on the outskirts has been like completely torched. You can probably figure out probably just a show of force by the pirates more than anything else.
Hmm. Is there any occupied houses around?
You can go to any number of them. This
Yeah.
again, kind of like the town y'all came into, very quiet. Partially because people are terrified of the pirates. Partially because it is like 4 a.m.
I am gonna knock on, using the hilt of the sword, knock on the door of the closest house, and then upon which, almost like stab myself into the ground.
Right. So there is a
Meeting.
knocking sound.
Mm-hmm.
One of these doors. The sound of the hilt of a sword hitting against wood. And it does take a minute, but you do hear shuffling inside. Some very sleepy man eventually makes his way through the door, slowly pulls it open, and before you is a very sleepy, middle-aged fisherman, um, rubbing his eyes. You do not see him holding a weapon, but you do see him kind of like very clearly holding his other hand, probably holding onto a sword or a gun or something, like out of view of the door. These people are used to the pirates, and this guy's gonna fight back against them if they come to him, you know?
Hmm.
What do you do?
I'm just like sheath and all, just stabbed into the ground,
Mm-hmm.
just like posing as essentially just a weapon that's just been left there.
Alright. He notices the sword and he kind of scratches his head and then he like looks at you and he rubs his eyes again and then he like goes and sets whatever he was holding down on some table by the door or something and he like looks closer and he like steps out of the door, looks around a bit down the street, see if anyone else. Then he reaches out and grabs the handle of the sword.
I need him to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. So this is just a commoner. He has a +0 to this.
Yep.
What is the DC?
The DC of which is, let me see, 15.
Alright. He rolled a 4. If you want to read out exactly what that ability will do to him.
All right. You use your willpower to bind another's will to your own. If you are being held by a creature of CR equal to half of your level, you may then try using as an action to try and take control. The creature rolls a charisma saving throw against your DC. On a failure, you gain control of the creature as long as it holds you, and it counts as being attuned to you. While controlling the creature, it acts on your initiative. You may command it as a free action. This creature is considered your original host.
Very cool.
So I can just imagine as he grips the sword, as my influence takes over him, his eyes just become like a deep, deep red. Like almost as if like in the cover of night his eye color just changes.
Very interesting. And where do you go from here?
It is so good to be back again. I'm gonna loot his house. Oh no.
Feel free, yeah. You walk around inside. Guy lives alone. No one else with him. You'd see he had like a small handgun, like a flintlock pistol, pirate era stuff.
Take that.
By the table. Yeah, you can grab that. Nothing else particularly interesting. Seems just like a guy who lives alone, lives in a fishing village, does a lot of fishing. There's like a wall in his house that's just a bunch of fishing rods. There's
I
not
take
really
a
much
fishing
worth
rod.
finding here, so.
Yeah. There's no other family in the house, correct?
Nope, lived alone.
Good. Hmm. Upon which I think I am going to go to the bar to get a drink.
Um,
Or at least back to the hideout or something.
you'd probably just need to like walk back to the camp. Um,
Yeah, I'm down for that also.
yeah, there isn't. The village you're in right now is not big enough to have
Dead.
anything like that. So,
Okay. I'll head back to camp then.
you head back to camp. You would arrive right around the time or maybe like at most an hour before everyone starts to wake up, and I believe Calvin, you should be on watch then, yeah?
He's gone.
It is Calvin's watch.
Okay, cool.
Calvin is gone.
We may need to wait for Asher to come back then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Press escape. Press escape. Pause the game.
The moment I go to the bathroom, what the heck, guys?
Nice.
You're needed. You're needed. You're needed.
But yeah,
The sword has gained corporeal form.
Calvin would see this older fisherman, maybe 40 or 50 years old, just walking down the road from the opposite direction of the city, just walking down the road holding a cure.
And I recognize it as Akira.
The sword is
Like,
in pretty
oh, yeah.
distinct shape, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, it's also a very
it's not hard
distinct
to
look.
figure out.
But you even like in this darkness of night, in the moonlight and such, you can just see the red eyes.
That's hard to fucking look at. Ah, I'm kidding.
Hal like gets up and is looks down at Cayenne, and remembers she said she's a heavy sleeper. Looks over at Finch. He doesn't want
Who's
to.
asleep?
He doesn't want to wake Finch up, so he just goes. And then I'll begin to like make my way over to the old man I see walking. And when I get up to him, I'll say, sir, I hate to break it to you, but that sword is one of my acquaintance's property, or at least they have it. I don't know if they own it. The important part is that it's supposed to be here.
Oh, but it is here. Hello, Calvin.
How did you know my name?
I've been listening. Been listening for a long time now.
And you see Cal's eyes go from like looking at the old man's face down to the sword, and he says, "Right, Finch did say the sword could possess. Who is this man?"
This man is not important now. But now you have an additional party member that has a body.
Yippee!
To help you on your quest of your heroics.
Did you at least get the man's consent before possessing him?
Oh, I did. His consent was given the moment he touched me.
Well, as creepy as the whole thing is, no offense. How do you, or not sure exactly what to say here. I'm a bit flabbergasted.
The man's just smiling at you.
Right. So, I don't. Kind of would probably just think you look that it's a cool thing, but better have something prepared for Finch. Though being be laying into you come morning.
No, don't worry. I can watch for the remainder of this night. Go have your rest.
If you say so. You see, Cal kind of just like narrows his eyes at the man, and then like slowly
Finally.
goes to the tent. And Cal does not go back to sleep. He is he remains
Not
awake.
surprising.
If you look out throughout this night, especially if Cayenne, if you don't just wake up Cayenne for a watch, this guy is standing like a fucking robot. Like he's literally shut his ass up stiff, holding onto Akira, holding onto the sword.
Alright. And as dawn breaks and Cayenne and Dr. Finch wake to meet Akira properly, I believe that is where we are going to end the session for the night.
That's kind of freaky, man. That's really freaky.
Mhm.
So it begins.
The sword saga, the cell saga.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.
God damn it.
Like,
I'll
go
say that
subscribe.
you are doing that. I have not quite ended the recording yet.
Yeah, you can just cut there.
Don't forget to like,
Okay.
comment, subscribe.